Yeah, g'day everyone. How you going? I was recently given a torch. Now the torch is a Eveready BigJim lantern. Comes with the sealed beam light on the front of it, which is 20 watts, and a little red flasher on the back. Has two buttons. You have the white one to turn the main beam on, and the red button turns the other one on. I'll just get the rest of it. Hang on a sec. Okay, just going to return back to the BigJim lantern. So this is what it looks like when it's complete. So I've pulled it apart because the little red flasher at the back wasn't working. When I fired it up with 6 volts, it wasn't working. So I've got to hold it together. So anyway, a bit more of a look at it. So there's the sealed beam. So try and get a bit of a better view. So that works quite fine. All the switches work okay. They're really simple switches. So the reason I took it apart, you can see the corrosion there. Now that was from the cell itself. So this is actually floating like that. The screws were still on, so this is all screwed together. So that's the Eveready Energizer 731 battery that fits the BigJim. Okay, so there's the information about the battery. Now I started pulling it apart. I've still got to get this nut undone here because I actually want to use those terminals again. So what I did is I split the battery up, so I took it apart. Okay, so now this battery's got to be in excess of 35 years old. So as you can see, it's all very corroded. But those batteries in there are D cells. They're 1.5 D cells. So there's two cells make 3 volts, 4 make 6. All right, another 4 together actually gives it more capacity. So these two are joined with these two to give it a total of 6 volts, but 20 amp hours. So it's quite a big heavy battery. So I've got to get those cells out. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that because there's a lot of corrosion in there, and I don't want to destroy this case because I want to stuff it full of D cells. Yeah, I know, you're probably saying, why would I go and do that? Because I'm sort of a torch collector. I absolutely love torches. I've got so many different types of torches that it's amazing. All up probably over 150 at the moment and still going. This was just given to me by a friend of mine who didn't want it. Because these batteries, I think you can get them. I think Vata do one. Not sure if you can still get them or not, but I think you can still get them. But I thought I'd just do this myself and just replace these cells and then glue the case back together. So I just used a hacksaw blade and run around it and cut it off and split it to get into it. So it's quite big. It's quite a big pack. It's quite heavy too. So here's the underneath of it. Yep, made in Australia. Union Carbide. They were very popular over here back in the 70s as a watchman's lantern. I don't know very much whether the little red flasher was actually used much, but certainly the sealed beams were, and I believe that they're still available. So I'm going to restore this. So I was thinking about filling that with bicarbonate of soda and water, see if I can get rid of some of that corrosion that's in there and see if these batteries will come loose. So as you can see inside, there's little cardboard or paper type separators in there. It's to actually make the pack solid. So I'm going to try and get those out first before I actually stick the bicarbonate soda solution in there. So everything's all corroded off. So let's see if we can rebuild this kit. So anyway, that's it for now. See you later.